Okay, so hopefully you can all hear me and see just fine. I am doing a quick video on how to do a meatloaf. So I blog a lot and people ask me all the time for recipes, but the problem is I never follow recipes and it changes every time I do it. And I have a hard time translating that into something that somebody can follow. So I decided to vlog it instead of blog it. That way you can actually see what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So I'm going to put this on my blog, candysbrain.com, and I'm going to also have pictures and instructions beyond what I'm showing here because I had to do a lot of the prep work ahead of time. So, okay, so you can see I've got my meat in a bowl. This is some grass-fed beef down here, and then this is just some ground turkey. So I'm just going to I'm going to mix this all together at the end when I'm done adding all of the stuff, but it's still a little cold, which means my fingers are going to be freezing when I mix it up. And I normally don't do this on my kitchen table, so I'm going to have to wash this all down afterwards, but this is the only spot where I can show you all the things I'm doing. So now the things that we add in. So we're gonna need an egg. So I'm going to do 1 egg. I might add another one later depending on how it looks, but for right now I'm going to start with 1. Easier to add 1 later than to try and figure out how to take 1 out. Here's my seasonings. It's just salt, garlic, minced garlic, minced onion, some oregano, and what if I have Italian seasoning maybe? Like I said, I don't ever follow anything. I change it all the time. So there's my seasonings. I might add some more later. I don't know. Here are the breadcrumbs. These are actually, I chopped up in the food processor some Ritz crackers and some leftover stuffing mix that I had from Thanksgiving. So that's what I'm using. Just gonna dump that in there. I really like to add extra veggies to my meatloaf because the kids love meatloaf and will eat it. So this in this bowl is actually, again in the food processor, I did chopped garlic, parsley, it's flat leaf Italian parsley, some kale, and what else do I have in there? Oh, and I had some mozzarella balls that I put in there as well to add some cheesiness. So go ahead and dump all that in there. And then also in the food processor, I used the shredder attachment. And this is a combination of carrots, sweet potatoes, and onions. And these are going to mix in there so well, and they're going to cook up in the meatloaf so good, your kids aren't even going to know that there's extra. I mean, they'll see them, but they won't be able to taste them, I promise. Or those of you who don't really like veggies, you won't be able to taste it either. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to put in is some tomato paste. I'll probably end up using the whole thing. I might start with half. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add just a little bit more Worcestershire, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I like Worcestershire in my mix. I think it just adds like a nice, good flavor to it. And I'm going to check and see how the mix is. If it's super wet, I will either add more breadcrumbs or something else, or Parmesan cheese. If I feel like there's not enough moisture, I might add in another egg or some more Worcestershire or something like that, just until it feels right to me. If you want to see the end product, if you want to see how this turns out in the end product, I'm going to be taking pictures of it later and blogging about it tonight. So again, you can check it out on candysbrain.com, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks.